So we finally hit The Walking Dead Season 5 finale, and holy shit. AMC decided to make our season finale of The Walking Dead Season 5 an hour and a half long, and it was everything that I could have imagined. So before you guys watch this, I will be talking about all types of spoilers. Spoilers from the AMC series, spoilers from the comics, everything. I will be talking about everything. So if you have not watched anything, if you have not even watched this finale, I highly suggest that you click off this video, go watch it, and then come right back. Don't say I didn't warn you. Right off the bat, in this season finale, we get to see Morgan. The whole time we were like, where the hell is Morgan? And here we go. We get to see him sleeping peacefully inside a car. Catch us up a little bit on like where he's been and what's been going on. So as we are following around Morgan for the beginning of this episode, we are introduced to two new characters. These two new characters are introduced to us as the wolves. Ow! Guys gives us a little brief explanation about themselves, a little bit of a backstory behind the meaning of the wolves, and also a brief little explanation about that W that we keep seeing carved in the middle of those zombies' foreheads. These guys, of course, being the wolves that they are, go ahead and attack Morgan, who becomes a fearless sensei and kicks their ass. We then get to see Rick waking up from his little peaceful slumber after Michonne beat the shit out of him because he went bat shit crazy. He pretty much turned into a Shane in our last episode. Sasha's been completely tripping out throughout this entire season. She's snapping left and right. And in this episode, we get a little bit more of a glimpse of her freaking out a little bit more. She goes and she lays inside a pile of dead zombies that she was going to be burying. Sasha girl, what is going on in that mind of yours? We get to see a little bit of Glenn and Nicholas action. Glenn has already warned Nicholas that he dares not to leave Alexandria ever again. And what does he do? He sneaks on out. Oh, when will you ever learn? Pretty much throughout this entire episode, that is what's going on between Glenn and Nicholas. They're off battling and dueling. Glenn is stalking Nicholas. Nicholas figures out Glenn is stalking him, and a whole fight ensues. Nicholas shoots Glenn, and we think that's it with Glenn. And of course, he's not dead. He's still going because you know what's gonna happen in the next season. Come on. And then we have Father Gabriel. Oh, Father, how I wish you would look at the flowers. Father Gabriel decides he's going to take a lovely little stroll outside of Alexandria's gates with no weapons, nobody to accompany him. And this guy is just flipping out of his mind. So while Father Gabriel is on this lovely peaceful stroll outside of Alexandria's gates, he is wearing a lovely white cleaned shirt and is approached by two zombies. Now let me just point out a couple of things to you while Gabriel interacts with these two zombies wearing this nice white clean shirt. Not one speck of blood is ever visible on this shirt. Father fights two zombies. One of those resulting in a battle where he rips the zombie's head off and bashes it in the head with a rock. And then he goes and approaches the second zombie and starts bashing his head in with the rock as well. Then just to top it all off, Father Gabriel then crawls into a little ball and starts rolling on the ground. Meanwhile, his shirt is completely clean. Can somebody explain to me how in the world can a speck of blood and dirt not appear once on that nice, clean, white shirt? Not even possible. I can't even eat spaghetti without getting some sort of stain somewhere on this shirt. Doesn't matter if I'm wearing a bib, doesn't matter if I'm wearing something else on top of it. There will be some sort of spaghetti stain on this shirt. So the fact that Father Gabriel fought two zombies, bashed them in the head this close to himself, and not got one speck of blood in it? What? So then Father Gabriel comes back even more psycho than he was before, and what happens? The damn guard that is in charge of locking that gate just goes, yeah, hey, you're a father, you're a priest, hey Father Gabriel, why don't you lock up this gate for us? Cause yeah, It's cool. I completely trust you. You're not crazy at all. You don't look crazy when you walked out of there without a weapon, and you don't look crazy to me when you walked in. Now, why don't you go ahead and lock that gate for me? Peace, you got this. Great, thanks. What does the damn father do? He leaves the gate open because he's psycho. He wants everybody to die. Father Gabriel don't care. He don't give a shit about you. He wants you to die. So then we get a little bit of Daryl and Aaron action, and I'm pretty excited about these two because we know something's going to happen when Daryl shows up. These two follow some dude in a red poncho, and they discover some abandoned factory. Of course, what does the two of them do? They scope it out, and when you scope things out, you're gonna have a bad time. Of course, they walk right into a huge zombie trap, which resorts into them getting locked inside of a car while zombies are like surrounded all around them. And we think that's pretty much it. They're done for, they're dead, Daryl's going to die. We knew Norman Reedus was going to be in The Talking Dead. He was going to be sitting on that couch with Carol and a special guest. We're like, that's it, man. Daryl's down, Daryl's done, they're gonna kill him, man, they're gonna kill him. But alas, that is not what happened. Our fearless sensei comes and saves the day. That's right, Daryl gets to live for one more season. So zooming along, Rick discovers that the gate was left wide open. Oh shit! Meanwhile, we have the entire community out in the pitch black darkness having a little bonfire get together to discuss about how Rick flipping out and just pretty much overall discussing if this group is good for Alexandria. Meanwhile, Sasha is trying to find inner peace and comfort within Father Gabriel, but Father Gabriel has already had enough of everyone's shit and snaps. So then that pretty much resulted into a little bit of a battle between Sasha and Father Gabriel, which was pretty much split up by Maggie, so not much really happened there. To that, we then pan back to Rick warning everybody else about the zombies and the gate being left wide open and how he just saved all their asses and gave them a nice little zombie speech. So once we think the season finale is over, oh, we've got 3 more minutes, nah, nothing else is gonna happen, but no! Guess who comes marching in? Pete! Ah, Pete, of course. How could we have forgotten about you? Pete goes apeshit as usual and tries to go after Rick with a sword to try and kill him. But alas, instead of killing Rick, he kills poor Deanna's husband, Reg. Poor Reg dies, and Deanna's pissed and gives Rick the go-to to shoot him in the head. And that's pretty much how we end this episode. Alas, that is how the season ended, with Rick shooting Pete in the head, instantly killing him. And the last faces we see is, of course, Daryl, Morgan, and Aaron going, what the fuck, Rick? Holy shit. Shit's about to go down in the next season. I cannot wait. If a lot of you are readers of the comics, you know shit is really about to go down in the next season, because as soon as that gunshot is fired, guess who gets introduced to the beginning of the next season? No! So of course there are some differences between the comics and the show. For many of you who will watch and read both of it, you know how there's like little things tweaked here and there. Remember, in the comics, Daryl does not exist. He is completely made up just for AMC. So I'm really like kind of intrigued to see what they have written for him. I don't know how long that he's going to last. I'm not a Daryl girl, I'm a Glenn girl, and it's just So in the AMC series in season 2, they killed off Sophia. She's gone, she's dead, she turned into a zombie. Bye, Sophia. But in the comics, however, she is very much alive. Enid, who is now Carl's lover, girlfriend, I don't know what you want to call her in the AMC yet. I'm assuming she's his new love interest. And in the comics, it's Sophia who is his love interest. So that's kind of interesting. So, and in the comics, we have Glenn and Maggie who act like Sophia's parents because their parents got killed way early off in the comics. So yeah. We also have Deanna, who is Alexandria's safe zone leader in the AMC TV show. She is like the leader and her husband is just like the background guy. But in the comics, it's the other way around. In the comics, it's a man named Douglas who is Alexandria's safe zone leader, and his wife is named Regina, so it's a little bit ass backwards here. Of course, in the comics, Regina is the one that gets her throat sliced, whereas in AMC, it's Reg who gets his throat sliced by Pete. Andrea was killed off early in season 3 on AMC TV show, but in the comics she is so much alive and she plays a really important role, kind of a little bit of Rick Grimes' love interest. In the comics we get to read a little bit about how Alexandria gets hit on by Douglas, you know, the leader and everything, so that's also a little bit weird as well, not to get to see that factor in there. Carl, who's actually around this time during the whole Alexandria storyline. He's supposed to be really small, and in the AMC series he's pretty much a teenager, so it's a little bit weird to try and get these two stories put together, because in the comics he's a snotty little brat-nosed kid, he's irritating, you want to punch the shit out of him, and in the AMC series he's a mature teenager and you actually want to root for him and not want to punch him in the face. We have Michonne, who flips out in the comics instead of Sasha, because remember, Sasha does not actually exist. Sasha's role is pretty much a Michonne and Andrea personality split. I guess the things that we read in the comics between the two of them are going to be thrown at Sasha, so we should know what Sasha's going to be doing and what's going to happen in the upcoming season. And the ending, the season finale, it pretty much ended the exact same way it was written in the comics. It was pretty much word for word for what I remember. Everything happened. I mean, everything's all jumbled up all over the place, obviously, but that particular ending, those two scenes, were pretty much alike. So yeah, I am now really excited to see what season 6 is going to be bringing us. I'm looking forward to it, and then I'm not looking forward to it only because I know what's going to happen. I'm gonna be so devastated and so upset, but I want it to happen already because I want us to get caught up, and I want to see how they like create, how they like bring the story to life. So season 6 is going to be such a tearjerker for me. So let me know what you guys thought of this season finale. Was it everything that you wanted? Was it a big letdown? There were some people that told me that it was amazing, and then some people just said, it could have been better. I don't think they really hyped it up as much as they could have, which is technically a good thing, because in our previous seasons and episodes they really hyped it up for nothing, and it was pretty much of a letdown. I think this one did justice, and it's just only going to get better, I hope, because they have a really good story to just film off of. If they just follow the story from now on, it should be amazing. But we are talking about The Walking Dead, and there are some of those seasons where it's like, come on. And I want to thank you guys for watching. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Panda. You should subscribe down below because I do post videos every Wednesdays and Fridays for reviews, and I will see you guys later. Bye. So far, out of the podcasts that I have chosen to listen to, because there are just so freaking many, my favorite one so far has to be the